Okay, welcome. This is Spraying Devices tutorial to setting the NCC and NOC settings on a Sensopart UMT 30. Right there, 3400 2PSD-11L5. The reason we want to do this is we have two set points on the sensor that we use with our boom leveler. The too low indication and the too high indication, and we use this in conjunction with our boom leveler to maintain a level setting on the boom, or to keep it over an equal distance or an equal height across the train as you're spraying. So detector 1 has been set. That's our too low sensor. Detector 1 or D1 is set at 730 millimeters. D2, which is our too high detector, is set at 800 millimeters. And so now what we want to do is we want to go into our settings and make sure that the sensor is doing what we want it to do for the particular sensor. When the sensor is reading too low and we want it to raise, so we want the signal coming from the sensor going into the boom leveler box to be continuous and be turned on until we get it above the set point. And then at the same time, for the too high sensor, we want the sensor to turn on and send a signal anything above the set point, the too high set point. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to go into the teach mode with the sensor. So here we're doing D1 and we're using the T1 button, and see where it says teach D1. You hold it a little bit longer and it does this countdown. And it's going to count down to 0. And scroll away, and this is the symbol for NCC, or normally closed circuit. What that means is up until the set point, the circuit will stay off. Well, that's not what we want for our too low circuit. We want it to be on up to the set point. So we're going to flip this around, and we do that by touching the T1 button, and notice how we get the little red light there, and our symbol changed. So we're on up until the set point, and then we turned off. And once we got satisfied with that, we hit end, and now it's saved. Ta-da! Now the D2 sensor, because we want it to come on after our set point, which is set at 800 millimeters. So we're going to do this, do the same thing, teach D2, but instead of going for the normally closed circuit and being on, we're going to go to the normally open circuit. And so here it is, it's off until it hits. And so this one is set right. So here we are, we're off until we hit the set point, and then we turn on, and then we're on. And that will tell the boom leveler, hey, we're too high, lower us. Oh, boy, I fouled that one up, didn't I? So let's go back into that. D2, 8. Do a little countdown. Should have some really good music playing in the background, but I don't. Sorry about that. Okay, so now this is the normally on circuit, or NCC, normally closed. So we're going to change that over to normally open circuit, and then we're going to push both buttons at the same time. And if you keep finger fouling this up and you can't get both buttons to go at the same time, just leave it alone and it will save it for you automatically over time. It'll just automatically go to end. So now, as we scroll through our sensor. Let's see if we can do that here. Okay, notice how on, you just see how it changed. It's reading off the wall of my office there. So the D1 sensor is off and the D2 sensor is on, meaning that the distance that it's reading is greater than 730 millimeters, so D1 is off, and we're out past the 800 millimeter set point for D2, so D2 will be on. And also notice how it's reading, kicking it back and forth here. Okay, see the CM there, so it's reading 125 centimeters, 124 centimeters. Alright, so now what I'll do is, alright, so there's our D1 reading 459 millimeters. So D1 is turned on, D2 is off. As I scroll out past 730, oh, see, there we go. Now they're both off. And now I'm out past 800. Yeah, just do that. There we go. Okay. And really, the thing you really want when you set these things is to have this gap. You'll see it right there. And this is why I'm recommending that we change the settings from 730 to 800, because as we go past 800, yeah, it was 850, 824, and D2 is on. Okay, is what we need, that little gap there between the two set points. Because if you don't have that gap there, what's going to happen is one side's going to click on, and they'll alternate back and forth, and so your boom level will start doing this flapping up and down, up and down, up and down. So there you go. Well, hope it works for you.